A mini roundabout collision between a car driver and a cyclist is caught on dashcam. The car driver was one of my viewers. In this video we'll address who was responsible for the collision, how the claim will work and how the insurer of the car should be dealing with that claim. So in the video we see my viewer enter and traverse the roundabout correctly. They did the correct thing in not cutting the roundabout and going around the circle correctly. The cyclist approaches too fast to see if they need to give way to road users on the roundabout and collides with my viewer's car as they go to exit the mini roundabout. The cyclist is completely responsible for the collision. This cannot be disputed. My viewer was approaching from their right hand side, so the cyclist should be giving way to my viewer. If my viewer had cut the roundabout by going across the paint, this could have introduced a split liability outcome, but as they didn't, that is not the case in this situation. Now, how will the claim be dealt with? My viewer is having their insurer deal with the damage to their vehicle. Once that damage is dealt with, the insurer then needs to pursue those claim costs from the responsible party, that being the cyclist. You might be thinking that as it was a cyclist involved, there isn't any way of doing that, but that is not the case. The first port of call will be to see if they have bespoke cycling insurance. Many regular commuting cyclists will have a bespoke insurance policy that will cover third-party damages as well as damages to their own bicycle. Usually this insurance is relatively cheap because it's extremely rare that cyclists are responsible for a collision with a vehicle, and any third-party damage that a cyclist can cause is usually very minimal. Now, if they don't have specific cycling insurance, the next avenue will be to see if they have home insurance, because any contents policy will usually include public liability cover, which is for anybody causing accidental damage outside of the property that's insured to third-party property. It usually doesn't matter whether that damage is caused on foot or riding a bicycle, providing it was accidental damage, it will be covered. Most home insurers will, however, exclude use of a motorised vehicle, so you wouldn't be able to claim against the contents policy if the negligent party is riding an e-bike or an illegal e-scooter. And then lastly, if they don't live in a house with a contents policy in place, you have to assess whether it's worth pursuing the individual themselves directly through court proceedings. In this case specifically, it's believed that the person responsible was a college student. It's worth finding out if they have the funds to be able to reimburse the claim costs directly or via a payment plan. Alternatively, do they have parents or guardians who can help them repay the funds that would be owed? And if not, then it's worth considering whether to pursue them through the court proceedings. If a negligent party has a ton of debt or they've got an outstanding CCJ, there probably is not going to be much point in spending more money to just add to their existing CCJ pile. But if they don't have debt or CCJs, it can be worth getting a CCJ to put against a property or a job if they have either or. Anyway, that's how it will be dealt with. The cyclist was responsible for the collision in this case. Lovely jubbly, sound as a pound.